Chingy, right?
Oh yeah.
I like it when they do it right there. So the baddest in that video was my, you know what I'm saying? And she was knocking down a lot of these so-called celebrities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of celebrities didn't pay Pimpin Ken a lot of money, whether they willingly or unwillingly. I got paid. You know what I'm saying?
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is. All right, so we have the one and only,
yeah,
Mr. Mike Fresh in the building.
What's that word, man? It's been a minute.
It's been a goddamn minute, man, but we got him here, and Ken brought you in himself to say what's up on.
Yeah, man. Private jet action.
Oh, let's go, man. So hold on, let's do it like this. Ken, I want you to kind of tell us how you linked up Mike Fresh, because we've been rocking with Fresh for a minute. So Ken, tell us how you linked up with Fresh. And Fresh, I'm gonna tell you, how did you receive that link up? But go ahead, Ken.
I was out here doing you guys' show, and I believe it was that night. One of my HHF megastars, brother Cash, Jet Boy Cash, he told me to, hey man, you know, we need to go check out Mike Fresh. And I was like, Mike Fresh? Who is Mike Fresh? He said, you gonna find out. So we got to the place where we were supposed to meet Mike Fresh, and there was a lot of cars there. I said, who is all these cars for? He said, either it's another club or they all for Mike Fresh. So I went to the door. When I got to the door, I met Mike Fresh, and it was a lot of people out there, and the security guard said, who all with Mike Fresh?
Yeah.
And you know, the first time I'm used to people saying, who all with Pimpin Ken? So I was part of his VIP, so I had to raise my hand. I said, I'm with Mike Fresh. And I kind of liked it there. I said, okay, the light is no longer on me, it's on somebody else. Eventually they showed some love and recognized me. So we went in the club. It was a team party, man, like 18 to about 21, and they was just going crazy over Mike. And Mike, they was playing some of his music. He don't know it, but I was inside before them. I was standing, and they were standing in the doorway getting, you know, whatever. He had about 50 people with him, a lot of people, you know. So they was getting checked or whatever, and I heard them playing this music. Everybody was saying word for word. So we went to the crowd, we got on stage, and he got to saying, my main bitch beat the bitch up, and everybody was singing the song. I said, man, I want to interview you. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like a podcaster now. I need these views, right? So he said, come on, we go to the interview. We go to his condo. We get over there, man. You know, it's a studio and shit over there. And he was like, you know, hey, man, you know, woo, woo, woo. After the interview, he said, man, I don't got no management. I said, hey, man, listen, man. Hey, man, fuck with me, dog. I said, you from the game, I'm from the game. You know, from P to P, fuck with me. And he's like, man, you know, I'm going to fuck with you, right? So he was supposed to come down that Friday, but he never showed up because he was going to do something with one of his guys. And he finally made it on a Tuesday. You know, he kept his word. And we went on a podcast run. I put him on Beehive, on Trigger Alert with Ugly Money, Jazzy. We did Big Talk, Big Game. And what's the other one, the dude from New Orleans?
Red Report, Video Wayne.
Oh yeah, shout out Red Report. Yeah.
So
Fuck with Red Report.
Yeah, so we signed the contract live on Beehive. I was like, this nigga, he go sign to me live. I mean, witnesses and everything. I mean, about 1 million witnesses. You know, I couldn't let them go, man. You know, and be honest with you, he's the only artist that ever signed to hip hop fraternity, and you know, it was a reason for that. You know, because he was an artist that was successful, had billions of views, but no manager. I was a manager looking for an artist, so we was a perfect marriage.
There you go, Mike. Let me tell you, what did you know about Pimpin Ken prior? What was your thoughts on him before ever meeting the man?
So I seen him on. I be watching this Pimp C video on YouTube all the time. I think it's called Pimpilation documentary or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, he in there popping in with him a few times. That's really where I know him from. I really didn't know all the other big stuff that he was involved in. It was messing me up when we start talking. He started telling me all these stories. I'm like, oh, you an OG in the game for real. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't just all the way familiar with all this work, but I don't know, it was something about how he went from not knowing who I was at all to being all the way tuned in, like, bro, I'm trying to help you. Like, don't nobody know about you yet? I'm like, man, everybody know about me, or, you know, if they don't, they don't.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's real. That's real right there. Well, we got you on the couch, man. We definitely want to put a face. You know, again, the city know you, but, you know, this shit be going worldwide. So we definitely want the world to know who Mike Fresh is. And, you know, everybody in Dallas, they all know your verse from Throw That Ass in a Circle. They all know your work. My you know, they know your work. You know what I'm saying? They know how you know how to rock a crowd. So we can't wait to watch his journey. Now, we wanted to bring you on because I wanted to talk to Ken about the, you know, some of the pimpology that was, you know, the DVD that was released and some things that was happening that and mind you, one of those things that was happening was you have a lot of ties into the Cash Money, No Limit Louisiana situation. So for those that don't know, can you tell them as far as and I'm gonna just name some names of just your relationship or your dealings with them. And since Mike is right here, I want to start with Mystical, man. I want you know, Mike is Mike, y'all, what are y'all cousins?
Yeah,
Mystical's cousins. So therefore,
his mama and my great grandmother are sisters. So my mama, and his mama and sister.
All right, so there you go. So with that being said, Ken, what is your dealings and how, you know, with Mystical, man? You know, you said something off camera that you're like, man, yeah, me and Mystical way back.
Well, so you remember Lil Jon? What was that song? Dun, 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 dun.
I don't give a what.
I don't give a fuck. So I met him at that video shoot with Lil Jon. And, you know, I was on Lil Jon album and, you know, we was doing some big things and they was just calling me to do all the video shoots. And then after, you know, I met Mystical, you know what I'm saying, we exchanged numbers. So we had a few encounters, you know what I'm saying. We chopped it up a couple of times. So he finally got robbed by one of the young ladies in off of Chef Highway in New Orleans. And so when he got robbed, he called me and he said, man, you know, somebody from Milwaukee got my shit. And he asked me, could I get it back? So this was $100,000 worth of jewelry, you know, a bunch of Rolexes and stuff like that. So I said, man, let me check around. So I called and I found out who had the jewelry. I said, I need that back. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen. You know, these are my partners. They some real, they're straight up, you know, they were some gangsters. You know, they were some most dangerous people in the city. And, you know, because of, you know, my track record, because of my stance in the town, they, you know, respected me enough to give me his jewelry back. So I called, I said, Mister, I got the jewelry. He was so happy, man. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, he came to Milwaukee and he had $50,000 in the car because he just did a show. He left the $50,000 in my brother's car. So I had to call my brother. I said, this nigga keep slipping, man. So I had to save his ass again. But, you know, Mystical has since done multiple free shows for me. You know, he supported me with the hip hop fraternity. You know, he's a good brother. Then when I found out that he was connected to my little brother, to my man, Mike Fresh, I said, oh, shit. I said, man, I know your uncle. And that's how me and him started getting closer. Then he started telling me about BG. Tell me the story about BG.
Oh, shoot, man. My mama and him was real good friends. So I was at a couple video shoots. I was at Bling Bling as a child. I was at Baller Blocking as a child, the movie set. And also, man, one time he was in our living room. One time I had some Birdman lugs. He was in tour with him. He was like, man, he told my mama, man, you gotta get rid of them. We gotta get him some other shoes.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was riding around in his Dodge Magnum. If anybody know him, they know he had a Dodge Magnum. And I was scared one time because I thought he was falling asleep while he was driving. He was ducking all. I was like, man, is he woke? I was scared. I was young, but I remember that.
Yeah,
you know
goddamn.
And then another thing was, you know, Boosie signed to me as an artist in terms of, you know, a literary deal. And we also got the movie project coming out with Boosie. And then, you know, like when you see Boosie at the KOD, well, I work closely, you know, with me and my man Steve-O with those liquor deals, you know, so I get a percentage off of, you know, these situations, you know what I'm saying? I'm under NDA, so I can't disclose everything, but I'm partnership with Steve-O. So, you know, we was able to help do a lot of great things for Boosie. And then, so he was telling me something about Boosie. Tell him what you said about Boosie, man.
Y'all know Mike Jeter?
Oh, yeah, we did some business with Mike Jeter before.
Yeah, so y'all know he be doing some of Boosie shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So he brought a Boosie show to Oklahoma, and he had me open up. So he was bringing me to the back room, like, man, he just gave me the back end. He like, man, I'm finna, you got some wings back here, man, come chill. So he bring me to the back room, me and my partners go, we come bombard in the room. Yeah. Boosie and all his partners in the room. the way we walked in was all wrong. Like,
yeah, like, oh, get to these wings and just fuck with
and they were looking at us like, man, who these dudes? What's going on? Yeah. They like, well, y'all must want a picture or something. That's what somebody said. I said, you know what? I sure do. I posed and I got on up out that one. So I told G like, bro, you tripping. Don't never, ever do that ever.
I could only imagine the way you say, hey, there's some wings in the back, man. When y'all, I can see you, hey, nigga, we about to go get these wings, nigga. You bombarded to the room.
Hey, joke, but that's not the whole story.
Yeah, so
another time.
They wound up bringing me back.
Okay.
They wound up bringing me back. So this next time I come, you got the door, and Boosie got his name on the door. Right across from the door, my name spelled wrong, but it's Mike Fresh. Yeah. So our things right across from each other. I was like, okay, they show love this time. So I was actually kicking it with them that time. Like, we was at the same hotel. I went to all the events with them, on stage with them, all that type of stuff. Yeah. I want to say the next day we woke up, somebody from his camp was trying to see who I was. It was like, bro, you rocked out. Like, so we was chopping it up, eating breakfast the next morning. So everything wound up all cool. Then all his partners was in my room because I had all the girls in my room. Mm. So they came in there kicking it with me, and then when we all wound up on the stage, it was live.
Oh man,
man. So you see the connections, right? Mystical, Boosie, BG, you know what I'm saying? And I used to live in New Orleans, so you know I used to live on off of Veteran Boulevard in Kenner. And I used to hang out, you know, down there on Canal Street. I used to go to this club called Rumors. They tried to, I got into it with the owner of Club Rumors, because somebody sold something. They were trying to sell me something. Well, on the camera, the transaction, all they seen is going from my hand to his hand. It was some weed for my girl. So, you know, dude now, you know, they had 2 white dudes to follow me. And at that time, I was still young, so I was carrying a pistol. So they was in that little in the back of Burberry, so I just unloaded on the motherfuckers. I just started popping at them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hit them. I wasn't going to do that. I was just popping at them. You know what I'm saying? Me, and they ran. You know what I'm saying? Me, but, you know, I knew they was trying to kill me because I seen them creeping with the pistol. So if I would have killed them, it probably would have been self-defense because both of them were strapped, obviously. But, you know, I was with the shit, you know, back then. I was young. I didn't care. And, you know, so my experience, you know, in New Orleans, you know, I come out of the Little Darling one time and the little niggas was the girl was at the place was trying to set me up. And then my man, Too Deep, you know what I'm saying, me from Memphis, you know, he had a crew there. So, you know, we was finna get out on them niggas. And they got up out the way. So, you know, it was always this New Orleans. I was telling him about all these stories in New Orleans. He was like, damn, man, you know, that's my neighborhood. And then it's another story that he didn't tell you that when he first met me. Tell him.
So, man, so Juvenile was shooting a video. But before I knew it was a video shoot going on, I seen some dudes and they had like some colorful clothes on. Green suits and all kind of crazy stuff. So they was at the store by the courthouse. So I walked over there and I seen some pimps. And that's when I wound up finding out that Juvenile, they shooting that I Need It In My Life.
Oh, yeah,
so they was shooting that video. In my neighborhood, I was a child. So I seen the pimps at the store. So I wound up going watch, like, so they wound up going to the car lot down the street. Like, they literally shot this in my hood in Mid-City. Damn. I remember seeing these dudes. Like, it's crazy how...
Full circle.
Y'all was at the video show. I seen y'all. Y'all was the first people I seen. Like, y'all clothes caught my attention. The pimp cups and the clothes. I can't hang out.
Yeah, he asked me, he said, man, was that you? I said, yeah, that was me, partner. And so that's how we kind of got, you know, cool. And, you know, his mama said, go ahead and sign with him. There was a lot of haters trying to tell him, don't sign with me. And I said, look, Mike, I said, it's this how we look at this, right? I said, if you make money, I make money. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't care if somebody do tell you I'm a pimp, you got to watch me. You ain't got to watch the money. You ain't got to watch the paperwork. Paperwork don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Me, so go read the paperwork, take it, make sure it's straight. All I want to do is I want to work for you. Whatever I get, I just need my 20%. You know what I'm saying? Me, but it's a lot of people, you know, when they look at me, they say Pimpin Ken, you know, and they think that it means pimping on a nigga. I ain't never pimped on no nigga. I ain't homosexual. I only pimped on hoes. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no mini skirts, some high heels, you couldn't work for me, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Me, so all this is about, you know, man, these intimidated, weak niggas, you know what I'm saying? These low, what they call it, to test them ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Me, nigga, I don't want your money. I ain't gonna pimp on you. But I done did business with 50 Cent. I done did business with Lil Jon, Too Short, 50, Pimp C, Boosie, Ice-T. It's all been good business. My name is one of the most goodest names, one of the livest, respectable names in the industry. You know, everybody speak well of me. You know, the nigga say Ken is a bad nigga. You know, yeah, Lil Jon, you know, nah, Lil Jon, Too Short, E40, Puffy, no matter what y'all got to say about him, Nelly, all these niggas ain't just gonna fuck with Pimpin Ken and say, oh, that's a no good ass nigga. You can't, my luck can't be that good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people must be saying something for all these people to keep giving me money and keep paying me to be on their thing. So what I try to tell Mike, hey man, listen, let's just follow the money. We ain't listening to these suckers.
Why does the pimp get such a bad rep and name?
Well, you know, you got to go back to the demasculation of the black man. If you go look and, you know, and you study in the 1800s, the word pimp means debonair. It means gentleman. It wasn't until the 70s to the Superfly and the Dolomite and the Mac, the black exploitation films where black man and pimping become a joke and we get demonized. But you got to remember, hoeing in this country started with the Westerns, the Wild Wild West. They had brothels all the way back then. You know what I'm saying? And you could chase hoeing all the way back to King Solomon. You know, he had 100 concubines and so many whorelots. Whorelat means prostitute back in the Bible. So all that stuff didn't start with the African American experience. You know what I'm saying? It just once the African American started getting into that lifestyle and started becoming prosperous, and the Europeans couldn't figure out how to criminalize it at the time, then they started saying, oh, these guys are the worst kind of guys. They're woman beaters. They this, they that. But they never talk about 90% of the women that enter into prostitution on their own. I said, you never see these brothers running up to the police. Police, I'm a hoe. Help me, please. Fireman, please, come on, put the horn out of me. You know, put some fire hose on me. Or doctor, lawyer. You know, they never say that. They go out every night because they enjoy what they're doing, or they love the game, and they bring their money to their pimp, and then when that pimp get through with them, they go choose another pimp, and this is a cycle, and nobody never talk about that. But, you know, they want to make it seem like these women are being abused and they're being forced into prostitution, and now they say OnlyFans, prostitution online are 95, might even be higher than 90% independent, 95% independent.
I want to give you a hypothetical situation that could happen, right? Say if your daughter grew up and she wanted to hop in the game, would you have a problem with that, or would you give her knowledge on the game?
Well, fortunately, you know, if you raise a child right, you know, they go the way of your teachers. You know, if you raise them right. My daughters, you know, fortunately, never entered into that lifestyle. But if my daughter did get into the lifestyle, which I think I did, have one daughter that didn't grow up in my household, you know what I'm saying? Me grew up with her mother. I think she did try dancing, you know what I'm saying? And when she asked me about it, I didn't down her. I said, honey, that's your choice. Do what you want to do. You know, because I know most of the women that I mashed on back in the day, their mothers would call me and say, just let my daughter go. And I used to feel guilty. Some of them, I just said, man, your mama tripping, you got to go. 6 months later, they were the next guy. Then their mama called me like, you know what, you was right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's doing this on her own free will. I thought you was forcing her. I'm sorry, sir. You know, and there've been numerous occasions like that. You know what I'm saying? So most women, you know, I think the bigger issue is how many of these women have been traumatized, how many of them been raped, how many of them suffer from some type of mental illness, you know, and all of us, the pimp and the prostitute, go through a lot of trauma, and nobody never talks about that. You know, but it's a lot of trauma on both sides, the pimping and the hoeing. But a lot of these women, you know, they do what they do, and yes, and that's to your question. My daughter wanted to do that. I wouldn't knock her. You know what I'm saying? I just tell her, you know, like my mama told me when I told her I wanted to be a pimp, she said, be the best. I said, be whatever you be the best you can be. And that's how I tell my children, be the best you can be. But, you know, how can I tell my daughter not to do something when somebody else's daughter was doing the same thing for me? I'd be a hypocrite.
So you have you're a management artist now. Can you explain how was it that all these artists at the height of their careers hit you up to be in these videos, to be on these albums? I mean, you're probably in over 50 artist videos, probably over 50 albums. I mean, like, was it your phone just ringing like, hey, I'm trying to get Pimpin Ken? Did you have a secretary that was?
Well, no, the movie you talking about, Pimpology?
Even outside of Pimpology, even as just...
No, I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
The movie Pimpology?
Yeah.
If you look at the end of it, I said, hey, everybody, I'm Pimpin Ken. I said, if anybody need an intro, outro, I'm the intro, outro man for all rappers all over the world. And what I did, I took that. Now, I'm going to give y'all some hustles, man. You know, this is what I try to teach people. It's a process, you know what I mean? You know, real game is chess. So I was playing chess and not checkers. So what I would do, I would go to all the video shoots, even before they would hire me, and I would sell DVDs to all the people at the video shoots. In the video shoots, I would go to the tour bus and I would put the video on the bus, and they get to watching it. You seen it, it's a good movie. Yeah. So once people get the movie, they fall in love with the game. And once they fall in love with the game, I give them an option at the end of the video, and next day, you know, my phone started ringing. Jermaine Dupri was the one that first called me because I made sure that he had one. I put one in his studio. He called me and said, hey, Pimpin Ken, he met me, we was at 112, Pimpin Ken, man, I want you to get on my album. We left from the club about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, went to a big old beautiful studio. That man got a real live studio, basketball, swimming pool, top flight shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was a multi-millionaire at this time. He had a white Rolls Royce. We went to the studio. I got on there. I did that classic line. Hey, man, the bitch ain't missing. She ain't no milk cart. She was some pimping. And I said, www.pimpinken.com. And that was way back in 2000. And then later, after that album came out, the whole Atlanta at that time followed Jermaine Dupri. I knew I had to knock Jermaine Dupri. I also would be in 112. I give the bartender $300. I said, for the next 15 minutes, up to $300, drinks is on Pimpin Ken. But you got to have the DJ to announce it. So while the DJ announcing, you know, my name, I'm in Atlanta. I'm hustling. I'm finna become the intro and outro man. And all these niggas, OJ Simpson, Puffy, everybody in there, they keep hearing my name. Pimpin Ken, Pimpin Ken. And vicariously, I'm getting through them through their little mans and now. Because, you know, I sell their little mans and now a DVD. So now everybody know about what's going on, right? Next thing you know, the phone calls just start coming. And mostly called me was independent niggas. Niggas calling me, give me $30,000, $8,000 for features and shit. You know, it would start popping. And then once Jermaine Dupri blew me up, then the Outkast, remember them?
Yeah,
remember that? So Fresh and So Clean, Clean?
Oh, yeah.
That's me. I'm in that video too, in the barber chair.
Oh, come on.
And the first BET Awards, we on stage with Outkast doing So Fresh and So Clean, Clean. And then Lil Jon called, then Too Short called, and then this person called, that person called, Nelly, 50 Cent, everybody called. Thousands of dollars just start pouring in, and I'm getting my publishing, and next thing you know, I make a pretty decent check. So that's kind of how it started. I give it credit. I did a few local ones for my homies, but I think Jermaine Dupri was the one, and Pimp C and Bum B on that Money, Powers, and Hoes that got me in the game.
Did you ever bring any ladies on the set?
Man.
And did anybody ever partake in...
Hey, man, I ate into a lot of them motherfucking budgets, man. The record deals was part of it.
You ate into them Universal, them Warner Brothers budgets?
Man, listen, the Warner Brothers, Jive, all them record labels, man, gave me some money, man, because them niggas, man, hey, a lot of niggas, like my nigga JD said, a lot of people say it's more bounce coming out the house, but it was more Lucci coming out that coochie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
So, do you remember Nelly had a video called Tip Drill? On BET Uncut. Were the video shots that you went to go shoot, was it getting like that? Like we can't put this on MTV. We can't put this on BET. We got
no. So Chingy, right? Oh yeah. I like it when they do it right there, right there. So the baddest bitch in that video was my bitch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and she was knocking down a lot of these so-called celebrities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of celebrities didn't pay Pimpin Ken a lot of money, whether they willingly or unwillingly. I got paid, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and a lot of them, you know what I mean? I just, you know, I looked out for a couple of them because they were my partners. You know, for example, you know, one of your favorite rappers from his town, Lil Wayne, his first shot of real pussy came from me. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay. She had Lil Wayne like this. Oh. Like, which way is up? You know what I'm saying?
About what age Lil Wayne was this? About what age we talking Lil Wayne? What age?
Next question, please.
You ain't gonna put a date to it?
Next question, please.
You say Bird was trying to knock you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, talk about the Bird.
So I was hanging around them dudes so much. Turk talks about it on all the talk shows. He said, Birdman used to be up all night with Pimpin Ken. So this is all documents all over the, you know, Juvie, you know, that's my man. You see, he coming to my award show. He just gave a shout out, you know, to our awards. He gonna accept his nomination. So, you know, me and Birdman used to kick it all the time. You know what I'm saying? But how I met them, let me backtrack. How I met them is a guy named Timmy Terrell out of Nashville. They booked me, Jay-Z, and Cash Money. And this was when they was young. You know what I'm saying? So while we in there, you know, we go on stage and I'm in Jay-Z's room and I'm popping Pimpin' and Jay-Z just smiling and laughing. He's like, these some cold motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Me. And then I got another Jay-Z story I want to talk about later though. But Birdman, you know what I'm saying? We got cool. And once we got cool, because Terrell now took me to New Orleans, to his hometown, to Mike Fresh's hometown. And while I was there, we went to the Cash Money office. And they gave me $30,000 to spend a week with them to do all this shit. And then me and Birdman just got to jamming. And then after a while, Birdman, you know, man, you know, I know you don't know this. You probably know by now. He tell my bitch, he said, say, bitch, you got this nigga name on your chest. If you put a Cash Money record symbol on your chest, you understand me? You know, I'm gonna break you off something proper. You know, I told the bitch, yeah, go get that Cash Money motherfucking sign.
She had your name.
Yeah. He wanted to
replace it with Cash Money.
I said, go get that Cash Money motherfucking sign, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Me erase everything about me on your motherfucking chest, hoe, and make sure you let that nigga know I'm the motherfucking best, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go get it, bitch. Go get it, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that's what it was, man. You know, I mean, you know, niggas was just, you know, fascinated with the pimping. You know what I'm saying? Me, you know, like me and Too Short, you know, he was the realest nigga. We ride around, we be looking for bitches. You know, that was my man. You know, Too Short was my man. But, you know, it's crazy.
Looking for new prospects, looking for ones already in the game?
We were just looking for bitches.
Fucking around.
Talking about the game. You know, we had a lot of parties at Too Short house, you know. Okay. I used to go to Too Short house all the time. You could probably see him in most of my movies. You know, you see Too Short, me at Too Short crib. You know what I'm saying? So me and Too Short was cool, but Too Short liked to talk about the pimping. He liked to talk about the game. He was interested in the game. He came from the Blade. He was born on the Host Road on Sunset Boulevard, you know what I'm saying? And he went to Oakland, you know, he used to be over there on Figueroa and International, you know what I'm saying? He loved the pimp. He represented for us. And so he wasn't never on no trick shit. Like I said, man, hoes used to always come to me, yeah, I want to choose up on Too Short. I used to call him like, Short, these bitches trying to pay you, man. Like, the hoes really wanted to pay. But, you know, baby, you know, he would ask me, hey, man, I had them big old crown rings and big ass rings and shit. He's like, man, I want to get a ring like that. You know, he was just, baby was, you know, he was young. You know, I say he was a hip square. You know, he was from New Orleans, but he was really like a little square dude but had good business sense. You know, and he wanted to be fly. He wanted to be the number one stunner. And so he asked me where I get my jewelry from and all that shit, you know, and I chop it up with him, you know what I mean? He was just a student of the game. He wanted me to kick Pimpin' to him all night. He had me there. I was just kicking Pimpin', you know what I mean? But, you know, like I said, you know, Baby and Lil Wayne, you know, I always, you know, bless the man, you know, especially Lil Wayne, because, you know, they be on tour. I mean, y'all boys look like y'all need to do a little releasing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just a little releasing. Just a little releasing.
Hey, man, Pimp got some release for you, man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
You were mentioning, and I want you to forget, there's something about Jay-Z.
Yeah, so, man, one of my partners, man, believe it or not, we standing outside. We in Milwaukee. It's the Rock the Mic tour, I believe, yeah. And so Jay-Z, he cool. We jamming. He was happy to see me. So my partner standing outside, and he said, man, you know, my partner a gangster. He's like, man, we ain't finna be standing outside. But Jay-Z got these niggas and these assistants and shit. They listed. And so he said, man, tell that nigga to come out, man. We ain't gonna be waiting on him. So Jay-Z came out reluctantly, and we took a picture. And you can see the pictures in my book. You see Jay-Z looking kind of like he don't want to be in the picture, you know? And so when I go to Chicago to the 50 Cent tour, I'm on tour with 50 Cent now. So we in the thing, and Jay-Z, I said, Jay, you know what I'm saying? You know, happy to see him. And he looked at me like the mafia. You know, he said, I got a memory like an elephant. I don't never forget. I said, oh shit, what'd I do? I said, and so he told the security guy, he said, man, you know, that ain't cool. And I said, damn, man, what the fuck I do to Jay-Z? You know, so out of all the people I wanted to work with, he was one of the people that I always wanted to get on his album. You know, I was a big fan of the Big Pimpin' album. And in some way, my partner, that's why I don't really take niggas with me to major shit no more, because a nigga will fuck it up for you. You know what I mean? Just being a nigga. Now here I am, I'm a gentleman and a politician. I know not to say no shit like that, but Jay-Z, if you're listening, it wasn't me, Pimp. It wasn't me. I keep telling you, it was my partner. You know what I'm saying? He's a gangster nigga, and he right. He's not a groupie. You know what I'm saying? My partner, he was straight up, you know, straight up gangster. So, you know, he was saying what he said, but I think Jay-Z thought I said it, but
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Moolah. Hey.